Write these fractions in order from smallest to biggest.
So we've got fractions in green, all with different denominators or bottoms. We need to put them in order of size, which in my opinion is incredibly difficult to do unless all the denominators are the same.
Have 100 as a common denominator.
Sounds like a sensible denominator to use. It's best to find the denominator which is the biggest and see if the others can make that denominator. 50, 20 and 25 all go into 100, so this is going to work. How many 50s are in 100? 2. So if you multiply the denominator by 2, multiply the numerator or top by 2. What is 37 times 2? 74. So this fraction is 74 over 100. How many 20s in 100? 5. So what do we multiply the top by? 5. What is 14 multiplied by 5? $70. So the fraction is 70 over 100. This denominator is already on 100, so this fraction can remain as 75 over 100. How many 25s over 100 are there in 100? 4. So we'll multiply the top by 4. What is 18 times 4? $18 times 2 is 36, times 2 again, 72. Now can you see which fractions are the smallest and which are the biggest? The fractions should be in this order. Let's try the blue example. The fraction will be with 100 over as a denominator. How many 25s in 100? 4. So we'll multiply the top by 4. What is 17 times 4? Well, 17 times 2 is 34, double 34, again, is 68. How many 10s in 100? Easy, 10. So we multiply the top by 10 as well. 8 10s are 80. 71 over 100 is already in the right format for us, so we'll keep that. How many 5s in 100? 20. If you multiply the bottom by 20, you must multiply the top by 20. What is 3 times 20? 60. So now we can see which fraction comes first, second, third, and last. 80 out of 100 is the biggest. We're going to use that skill that we've practiced to convert to percentages. We're going to convert fractions to percentages, and once we've mastered that, we're going to go backwards, convert the other way around.
Convert 7/20 to a percentage.
And we're not allowed to use a calculator. What did we convert our denominator to in the warm-up examples? 100. And we're going to use that skill again. Our denominator must be 100. How many 20s in 100? 5. So if you multiply 20 by 5, you must multiply the numerator by the same amount, 5 as well. 7 times 5 is 35. A fraction over 100 is a percentage. Percentage means out of 100. A quick way of remembering that, there's the 1, a straight line, there's a 0, there's a 0, 100. So how many percent have we got? Let's read the numerator, 35%. Let's try another.
Convert 13/25 to a percentage.
Right. The denominator must always be out of 100. What do you multiply 25 by to get to 100? 25, 50, 75, 100. 4. So if you multiply the denominator by 4, the numerator must also be multiplied by 4, the same. otherwise the fractions won't be equal or equivalent. 13 times 4, that's like double it and double it again. Double 13, 26, double 26, 52. 52 out of 100 can be read as a percentage, 52%.
Convert the following fractions into percentages.
Press pause on YouTube and allow yourself 7 minutes in order to convert these fractions as denominators of 100, and then of course that will allow you to read the percentages. Once you've converted these fractions, or you're happy that you spent long enough, i.e. the 7 minutes, click play on YouTube and the answers will be revealed. 74%. We're going to go down in columns. 70%, 45%, 50 times 2, 32 times 2 is 64%, multiplied by 4, 15 times 4 is 60%, multiplied by 4, 3 times 4 is 12%, there are 5 20s and 100, multiplied by 5, 17 5s are 85%, multiplied by 4, 56%, multiplied by 4 again, 44%, and again multiplied by 4, 9 4s are 36%, there are 5 20s, multiply the 4 by 5, 20%.
Convert this fraction into a percentage.
We're converting fractions into percentages again, but hold on a second, this time we are going to use a calculator. What does fraction mean? Fraction actually means divide. The trick we're going to use is this divide button on the calculator to get a decimal, and then we're going to convert that decimal to a percentage. We will press 14 divided by 39.
Divide the top by the bottom and multiply by 100.
We've got 0.3589, but of course the decimal isn't what we're after, so we multiply that decimal by 100%. Notice that we didn't use the full calculator display, not necessary. How do we multiply by 100%? Well, we will move the digits 2 places to the right. And the point goes between the 5 and the 8. So we've got 35.89%, or if you like to the nearest percentage, the 8 will make the 5 round up 36%. Let's try another example.
Convert this fraction into percent.
I didn't hear you, Jay. Say that again.
Convert this fraction into percentage.
Thank you, Jay. That's clearer. Right. What do? We divide the numerator by the denominator, 11 divided by 23, and then multiply by our answer by 100%. The decimal place, how does it move? That's right, 2 to the right. 1 space, 2 places. The points between the 7 and the 8. How does that round to the nearest whole percentage? Well, the 8 makes the 7 round up 48%.
Convert the following fractions into percentages.
Again, press pause on YouTube, allow yourself enough time, you will divide the 16 by the 42, multiply your answer by 100, and of course that will give you your answer as a percentage. Do round to the nearest whole percent. Once you've found your answers, press play on YouTube. 38%, 59%, 54%, 67%, 72%, 29%, 9%, 41%, 61%, 95%, and 21%. You may have found that your answers are similar, but not exactly the same as mine. Check your rounding with any differences that you may have that may have occurred.
Convert 28% into a fraction.
Now we'll go backwards. We want to convert the percentage back to a fraction. Remember, what does percentage mean? There's the 1, the 0, 0, 100. It means...
Firstly, write the fraction with 100 as the denominator.
It means that the denominator must be 100. It means that a fraction is always out of 100. So, 28% means...
What is the biggest number that goes into 28 and 100?
It means 28 out of 100. So the biggest number that goes into 28 and 100, well, 4. 4 is the highest common factor. So we need to divide both top and bottom by 4. What is 100 divided by 4? 25. And how many 4s make 28? 7. 7/25 is 28% as a fraction in its simplest form. This is a 2-mark grade D question. 1 mark for 28 out of 100, 2 marks for 7 out of 25, cancelling the terms down.
Convert 55% into a fraction.
Now, 55% means 55 over...
Firstly, write the fraction with 100 as the denominator. What is the biggest number that goes into 55 and 100?
We've got the fraction 55 over 100. 5 is the biggest factor that goes into both. So let's divide top and bottom by 5. How many 5s in 100? 20. How many 5s in 55? 11. We've got 1 mark for converting to 55 out of 100, knowing that percentage means out of 100, and the second mark for simplifying the fraction, 11/20. 55% is expressed as a fraction in its simplest form.
Convert these percentages into fractions in their simplest form.
Again, press pause on YouTube and carry out these following conversions.
52% equals 13/25.
7/25. 60 over 100 can be cancelled to 6/10, or even better, 3/5. 13/20 again. That can't be right, that must have been a mistake somewhere. 3/25. 8/25. 4/5. 1/2. 1/5. 1/20, and 1/4. The mistake was in the first question. It should actually read as 13 over 25.